Hi there, my name is James, and this video I sort of not too sure how to make. It is related to China. It's not about the Chinese New Year, which happened yesterday. So to all my Chinese subscribers, I would like to say Happy New Year. I'm really sorry I'm going to have breakfast at the same time. But it's about this awful thing which is happening at the moment, and it's the coronavirus. And so I've been watching a lot of videos and news articles about this because I think it's starting to concern all of us around the world. And maybe you don't understand where it came from. They say it comes from a wet market in Wuhan. Wuhan is in the center of China. In the summer, it's incredibly hot. It's like a furnace. I have been there many years ago. In fact, it was the very first city that I ever went to in China, way back in 1994. And they say it comes from a wet market. A wet market basically means it's a market, but the floor is always wet. And they say it comes from, you could say, exotic animals, maybe. But if you go into any kind of wet market in Asia, I really hate to say it, they're not the most hygienic places in the world. So you really do have to take care that people don't use plastic gloves. They would touch the meat and they'd move their hands. So whatever, I'm not a biologist or an expert in it, but that's how the virus has started. And it's what you're seeing in China is that people are actually posting on their social media, like Weibo, which is like Twitter, or WeChat, which is like Facebook. They're posting things like, "Yay, I got out of Wuhan," and they're proud of the fact because their Chinese cities are putting in travel bans. And even I just read in the news literally about 2 minutes ago that the local Chinese governments, etc., are putting in travel agencies, especially in highly affected areas. And now we're seeming to get cases around the world. Again, quite recently, like in the last minute or so, I read something in Bangkok that there was a person there who managed to get out of China without a temperature check. It's the Chinese New Year, it's the time to travel, but the government is urging people not to travel, which is a good thing. And even I think there's an article somewhere on Google about Donald Trump saying well done to Mr. Winnie the Pooh, the president of China, Mr. Xi, whatever his name is, saying that well done, but we got to continue, we got to be strict so we can actually cause this. It's a great shame that these kind of things happen in the world. And I sort of really disagree that people try to escape it. In other words, if there is a travel ban, respect the travel ban. Don't live in the me world about me first and everyone else second. So these people who managed to get to France and they cheated the travel ban, or they weren't allowed to travel, they got away with it, and then they post it on social media saying, "Yay!" Yeah. They're thinking of themselves, and we really don't know about the virus. Is it airborne? Is it human contact? There's so many different variations. I've just been watching this video about these two guys in America who used to live in China, and they were talking about face masks and how doctors in China are under a lot of strain in order to do so, to help cure the people who may have got this disease and put them into quarantine. And for the public to buy a really good face mask now, you can't do it. They're all sold out. Why? Because some really evil business people have bought all these, you could say, face masks, which can really help people, and then selling them for like triple the price. So them taking advantage of an epidemic that could actually go even global. So I'm just like waffling here while I do eat a bit of breakfast, and I'm just saying for people, do take care. When you wash your hands, for example, wash it with soap. Don't just splash a bit of water onto it. You've got to wash your hands for at least 20 seconds. Sing happy birthday. If you are in an area which does have this kind of place, and you live there, don't travel too far. Try to stay indoors. Don't go to the wet market. Go to the supermarket. It may be more expensive, etc., but it's everyone's future, and not just your future in the long run. Everyone's future is your future. So we all hope and pray for the people who do have caught the virus that they do get well and it is treated, obviously. We hope there is some kind of cure that can be solved, and it's just human behavior. That's the whole thing. That obviously no one wants to catch the virus, that's for true, but it is human behavior to get away from the virus and say, oh, I'm okay. I used to do contracts on ships occasionally, and we had something called norovirus, which was airborne and from touch. Luckily, I never caught the whole virus when I was on the ships. You had the norovirus. But the people who did catch it, they would say, I'm on holiday, I want to enjoy. Me, a situation. They would have to be quarantined for 3 days. People obviously don't want to be quarantined. People don't want to be quarantined. So they only care about themselves, and other people catch the virus. And it's the same kind of situation. It's not just a nationality. So I hope that people may listen to this video and do take care of yourselves, obviously. Anywhere in the world, I would just like try to do the minimum kind of contact with everyone until everything settles down. And hopefully it will settle down. We don't want another version of the Spanish flu, but that's another story entirely. And I hope the governments all pull together, open honesty of what's happening around the world with doctors, etc., hospitals, how many people, so we can know, and more information of what we can do. Now, I'm not a doctor, and I may be saying some things totally wrong, but the information should be available for us what to do, exactly, and possibly just from one source, like the World Health Organization, WHO, example. I've said my piece. The coronavirus, I pray for the people who may have caught it, and I wish you to get better in the fastest possible way. And for people like you and me who haven't anywhere in the world, I hope that we all take precautions, like washing your hands, like less human contact, for example. And again, washing your hands is not just splashing water on it. That's not going to do much nowadays with soap and water. I'm going to eat this sandwich now. Bye-bye for now.